Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be learning basics of NMAP and a little bit of Zenmap as well, which is just a graphical user interface for NMAP. So let's get started. Right here we have our Kali Linux machine and we're going to do NMAP, and there you have your help, and in this you can read a lot of stuff. Now this is too much text for you right now, but I'm going to explain this in as short as I can. Right, so you have all sorts of scans, and you have parameters that you can give to your scan. So NMAP scans your network for the network you're connected to for open ports or for computers that are on the network. So examples of the scans are SS for, let me just write it, -SS like this for NMAP SS for a cell scan. And how cell scan works is it's stealthy but not completely. So it goes, I want to connect to this port, and server responds with, okay, you can connect to this port, and then NMAP goes, psych, I don't want to connect here, and says reset request, which restarts the connection. And this is how it works, so it doesn't get spotted by the IDSs, but it does with the modern IDSs. If you don't know what IDSs are, they're intrusion detection systems. And you know, if you're scanning your home network or something like that, you can definitely do this. It's not going to be any problem. Actually, I don't think you even have to do a stealth scan. Most of the people don't even just like monitor the network. They don't even care. It's also called a half open or SYN scan. And then you have the ST parameter for the TCP connect scan. And then you have these three types specific on the webpage. You have the FIN scan, you have the null scan, and you have the Xmas scan, or Christmas. And they're specified with, FIN is specified with SF, and the null is specified with SN, and the Christmas is specified with SX. Right, so what are these three scans, or why are they separated? Well, these three scans are better at dealing with IDSs. Depending on the IDS, of course, and the type of scan and the parameters, you have to take into consideration the fact that all systems are different, and you have to like apply to them. And how do these work? Well, they expect a closed port to return a reset when like receiving packets, while open ports are just gonna drop the packets. However, these scans often can't pick up Windows ports, so they're not really meant for Windows. So FIN, null, and Christmas scans are not really great for Windows, because often they give either they give well, that's pretty rare, false positives, or they just give you like all ports are closed. Then we have the SP right here, the SP scan, which is ping scan. What ping scan does, it pretty much just kind of detects what computers are online on the network rather than which ports are open. And then you have the SU, which is a UDP scan. And then you have the SI, which is idle scan, SO, which is IP port scan, and you have the -O, which is OS fingerprint, which is pretty useful, and a lot more. And you can also specify the parameters that I was talking about. So let's get into it. Let me just show you. The parameters examples are like V for verbose, and -F for fast, and the TTL for time to live, and stuff like that. So let me just show you how NMAP could work on an example. So first let's do route-n to see our gateway, and our gateway is 192.168.1.1. So you can naturally write this, but I already know what my gateway is, and you can also do ifconfig and then just guess what your gateway could be. So I am on the WLAN-O, which is 0, which is a wireless network, and you have the iNet right here, and that's your IP, internal IP, of course. And now you can guess if you're 106, your router is going to be 1.1 right here, or something like that. Or is it going to be 1.10 or 1.100 or 1. I don't know. Sometimes it can be 254. It really depends on the router. So best way to use it is to go route-n. Alright, so let's use the NMAP on it. Now, you can use all these parameters that are named and all these like options, but you don't have to. You can just do NMAP. If you're scanning your like home network or something like that, you know you're not in a big danger or something or similar, you can just do NMAP and your gateway to scan your gateway. Or you can do 1.0, or you can do, well, you can do pretty much anything, and then just any IP, and then just 24. what this will do is it's going to scan your whole network. Now, of course, if you don't have 192.168, I don't know if this /24 is going to cover your whole network. It really depends on what kind of network you have. But mostly gonna have this 192.168.1.1 shape or 0.1 for that matter. You can do /24, you can do /26. It doesn't matter. That's really complex. Getting into complex stuff, you can just do /24, and that's gonna scan your whole network. And like it's scanning right now, but I want to show you the parameters. So let's go V, which is verbose, and now it's scanning for all the ports and all the stuff in you. So it found some open ports on our router, which we have to deal with later. Some open ports on our router, which doesn't matter because it's not my router. All right, but we can do the same thing, and we can do one dot and then this star thing. Now, of course, as you can see, it's scanning, and now it's scanned it. So it scanned 1.1, and it scanned pretty much everything that it could find. So we have a Samsung phone here, and we have Iskratel. This right here on Droid is a TV, I would guess, or something like that. And Galaxy A10 and Kali, this is us. This is our internal IP, if you remember. Okay, one more thing that I wanted to show you is if you take the whole NMAP and do this line right here and do grep open. Now you can use grep on NMAP surely, but of course it's gonna just display which ports are open and not where, and it's not gonna it's not gonna show details, so it's just gonna show you this. But if you're scanning like one host only, so let's say our gateway, and we do grep open, it's just gonna show you the open ports, so that's pretty useful. You can use a decoy as well. Now, how does the decoy work? Well, we are scanning this one, and we do -D, and our decoy is going to be 192.168.1.102. And now we're using our 102 Samsung Electronics decoy to scan our router. Now, this is not a great decoy. It's not perfectly protecting you, but but it can help. If you want to like scan the range of the addresses, you can do 1.1 to 10, and then I was going to scan the range for like .1, .1, and .1.2, and then .1.3 and stuff like that. So there we go, scan the same thing again. Alright, so that's it. Now let me just show you, if you're a beginner and if you're afraid of all of this and if it looks way too complex and stuff like that, so let's jump into Zenmap. So all you have to do here is you can see all these, like it's a GUI. It's really simple to scan here. You can just pick a profile. You can do intense scan, quick scan, ping scan, trace route. You can do intense scan plus UDP, all TCP ports. Let's do this one. This is like the biggest one. And let's do our victim is gonna be 192.168.1.1/24. So it's the whole network, and then we go scan. And now right here it's going to show you the topology as well, which is like dots and what everything is connected. And as you can see, it says gateway.home. Notice that, and the hosts, it's scanning those. So this is an intent scan, and let's take a look if it's done. Discovered open ports here and there, and we will have services here, and we will have the topology and host details and our previous scans. So if NMAP was too complex to you, this is the same thing, but it's a GUI. Zenmap, you can just run this, and you don't have to use these at all. You can just import your target here /24 for the whole network, pick your scan type, and this is the command for it. So you wouldn't have to manually type it in the CMD in the command line. But of course, if you can, you should use the command line because it's better. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You can also do man and map, and what this will do is it will open the whole manual. And right here you can have your scans explained and all sorts of stuff. It's really useful. Look at this. Look at the scan techniques, host discovery, service version detection. This man and the tool that you want to use is like the best thing. Alright, so let's take a look if this is done. It's not, it's taking a while. And let's scan the quick scan. I wanted to switch this quick scan because this one was taking a while and I don't feel like waiting that much. The video would be like too long anyways. Alright, so take a look at this. Here are your hosts, and everything looks nicer already, right? And you have your services, which are like opened ports and stuff like that. And that's pretty useful because you can like FTP your way into the gateway. and you have HTTP, SSH, Telnet, and stuff like that. You got your host here, and you got gateway to home, some Android phone, Kali, and the Galaxy A10. So here are some host details you can get for every host. Just with a quick scan, we did all of that, and here's the topology. And you can right now see the gateway, the local host, and everything. You can customize this by using these buttons right here, but we're not going to go into that right now, and that is actually it. Alright, close anyways. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.